It's high octane, but it's highly coloured too, so anyone that's highly sensitive to seizures should stay well clear. But the rest of us can enjoy Project Starship X, the latest shoot 'em up in the Project Starship series. In my opinion, it's the best because it's my favourite. Project Starship X takes two distinct gameplay elements and kind of smashes them together in a really highly poppy cartoon environment. It's designed for being fun and reactionary. It's not going to be extreme bullet hell, but it also drops lots of interesting gameplay decisions and designs through its gameplay to keep you coming back for more and more, because the game constantly changes the more you play it. Starting off with the two gameplay elements then. You've got your usual bullet hell kind of style shoot 'em up. You pick one of your pilots, there's 5 to choose from, but there's only 2 available initially, and they'll have different attributes of speed, health, damage. Now, when you shoot, you can't move very fast, so you need to decide whether or not you're going to go all out shooting or whether or not you're going to manoeuvre and dodge around enemies, because the two kind of aren't mutually, well, they are exclusive, but they're not at the same time, and you won't be able to kill everything. So first of all, with Project Starship X, you need to kind of get into your mind that you can't kill everything, it's too overwhelming. You need to decide what to hit and what to dodge. And dodging can be moving around or using your second tactic, which is the warp mechanic. Now, by pressing anything other than the shoot button, you will warp forward in the screen, and levels are designed around this. Throughout many of the levels, you'll have rows of skulls in patterns coming towards you from all different angles, and you'll be able to warp through these because when you warp, you're invisible and you'll kind of move forward. Understanding where you're going to end up is key to everything, but using that warp mechanic will get you out of bullet hell situations. It's vital for bosses, it's vital for level design and manoeuvring around, but there are also enemies that you can only kill by warp kind of charging into it, because when you warp you charge forward, and so some enemies can only be killed in that way. You can also use it to warp into tanks, which you can then kind of shoot out mega weaponized bullet fire on very briefly, but they can't warp, so therefore you've got to kind of choose and decide what's going on there. These two elements interact really well with each other and keep you on your toes in a very fast-paced environment. And that's then when the game design starts to shine in its core. When I first played the game, I thought, oh god, I've reached the end really quickly, because after 5 levels, it comes to an end. But what it then does is say, new modes unlocked, new levels unlocked, new mad events unlock. And these are kind of randomised events where like crazy amounts of enemies or things to dodge will come onto the screen. Or it could be like a little jelly alien that comes and gives you loads of power-ups. It's randomised, you don't kind of know what's going on. And these mad events will get more and more remixed, I guess is the best word to describe it, as you progress through the game. And what I started to notice was that each time I reached and completed like this set of levels, it then reset with new levels and redesigns of old ones that are then harder and more tricky to deal with, because in theory you've bested what's come before you, but you're still starting off with the same baseline characters, although you'll start to unlock more as you go. And I found that really cool, because it meant that your kind of game levels up the difficulty as you get better at the game, so it's always got something that's challenging you as you go. Now, whilst there are procedurally generated elements inside these levels, they're based around certain patterns and layouts. And so there's a familiarity for you as you get used to trying to clear like boss patterns, or where there's going to be things coming towards you that maybe you can't warp through or something like that. So you kind of get the general idea. It's just the last details of stuff that will be randomised up. And I really liked that too, because it keeps you on your toes, but you kind of knew what you was expecting. But that constant variation of, we've got 14 different levels being picked out in groups of 5, but they've all got unique different like level up patterns to them as well. it just means that actually Project Starship X had way more longevity than I thought it would do initially, and therefore actually much more enjoyment out of it. If you're coming to this going for the relatively easy platinum, you won't see like a tenth of what this game has to offer. And that's a real shame, because the game gets better and better and better as you go through and level up the game. So my advice, don't buy this for the platinum. Buy it because you love shoot 'em ups, and you will thoroughly enjoy your time with Project Starship X. Yes, it's a bit of a pain for those that want to do like 100%, I'm going to shoot everything run throughs, because you simply can't do it with the game. It's not designed in that way. This is about reactive survival and warping with occasional killing to get to the bosses to therefore kill stuff as well. Also, don't do what I do and shoot the shopkeeper, because the shopkeeper becomes an additional boss who's hard as nails. So yeah, pleasantly surprised, really enjoyed Project Starship X. 2 thumbs up from me. Written review will be over on higherplanegames.com very shortly. And until then, keep on shooting them up. Bye. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.